Hello, it's Al again. I want to talk to you about your upcoming assignment for individual ideation. So I want to introduce you to a tool that I've been using for a while now, and I really like it. It's an AI-based tool called Zigzag. So let's take a look at this. So this screen is called your dashboard, and here are the ideas I'm working on the side here. It only gives you a certain number of ideas. I think it's like 3 or 5, and then you have to upgrade, pay money. I was in early in the program, so I have quite a few here. It won't let me create any more. I have to get rid of them now. But anyway, or reuse them. So here is an idea I have called Career Quest. So this idea is something that the way I started this is I just put in a very simple prompt. So when you're doing AI work using generative AI, what you tell the AI to do is called a prompt. So here's my prompt: an AI-based startup that provides dynamic career advice to people who have change in front of them and want to maximize their career potential. So then what you do is you press this button, unleash your startup idea, which I already have done. And in a couple minutes, it builds you out an entire about 10 or 12 pages of content that helps you get started on your idea. And think of it as a starter point, but a pretty good starter point. So let's take a look at what it's done for me here. And remember, this is all I put in. So the first thing it's done is develop a business prototype for me. And the way it develops a business prototype is by using the lean canvas. If you're not experienced with the lean canvas, then the lean canvas is really a tool that is used. It's a derivative of the business model canvas, which was the first canvas designed by Alexander Osterwalder. The lean canvas here was developed by a fellow named Ash Maurya, and it's really developed for startups or any new projects. It's a really good tool. So here, this tool has developed customer segments for me. So customer segments is just an identification of unique types of customers, different customer types that would be potentially using your product. So here we've got recent graduates, mid-career changers, and retirees. And what it's done is it also has created a persona for each one of these customer segments. And that persona is really kind of it's not a real person. It's an amalgam of different people that you've talked to who represent this particular segment, this type of customer. So it's a customer type. Here's the customer jobs that they're trying to do, like identifying potential career paths, networking within the chosen field, things like that. And these customer pains are things that they're actually trying to avoid. So these are things that they feel that they don't want to feel. And if whatever you're doing can help them overcome these pains, it's really good for them. Mid-career changers is another one with a persona named Jake, an IT professional. And retirees is Margaret, age 67, recently retired, and then looking for something new to do. So here's the problem: uncertainty about career paths, lack of personalized guidance, and difficulty navigating career changes. So what it does, and I really like this, it gives you the existing alternatives. So it gives you direct competitors like PathSource and Springboard. It also gives you indirect competitors. So indirect competitors are competitors who maybe solve part of the problem or will overlap your solution. And then alternative solutions are kind of like usually solutions that have been around for some period of time and are solutions that are there ready to be disrupted by a better solution. Then it articulates what your solution is to this problem that we just discussed back here. And then what it does, by the way, remember, I just put in that one line, and here it's given me a bunch of potential ways to play, it's called. And so these are just ideas about ways to actually take this problem on that are different. So for example, develop personalized career roadmaps, implementing machine learning and advanced data analysis techniques to provide personalized career pathways based on skills, interests, and goals. Focusing on non-traditional careers. That's very interesting. So ones that are not covered by normally covered by conventional platforms. That could be, for example, some kind of job, a social or a social entrepreneurship role. A skill gap analysis, identifying the skill gap of a person. Job market forecasts, niche specialization, targeting those underserved markets like career changers and retirees, parents returning to work, which traditional platforms wouldn't bother with, and then the integration with job platforms and offering real-time updates to users in line with their career goals. So this is stuff. Remember that I didn't give it this; it figured this out on its own, and some of it is pretty good. I would consider it. Then it does a unique value proposition, channels, where you'll reach your customers, online platform, mobile app, in partnership with academic institutions and corporations. What are the revenue streams that you think it's thinking that you could use, like advertising? And what's the cost structure? What are you going to have to pay for? Key metrics, and what's your unfair advantage? So that is, I'm going to go back up to the top now, and that is just the lean canvas part of what it's done for me. The next part is the validation. And I like this part a lot because what it does is it looks at your what you're trying to do, the startup you're trying to build. And what it does is it tries to identify your 5 or 6 top risks. Because a lean canvas is really an assumption, a set of assumptions, because it's a business model on a page. So what this does is to say, okay, so let's look at your assumptions here. So there's a high demand. What if desirability? There's a strong demand for dynamic customer guidance amongst individuals going through career changes. If that's not true, then your idea isn't going to work. So that's why it's called it a high risk, highly critical, and it recommends you talk to customers to find out if there's strong demand. The same thing here, viability. The business model can generate sufficient revenue to sustain and grow the startup. And that's another high risk issue. And there it's recommending you do a financial projection analysis. Feasibility, the AI technology required to provide dynamic career guidance is available and can be implemented effectively. Because if the technology isn't available, you may have another segue here, a technology or a solution that nobody wants. Desirability is where users face, it says users find the AI-based career guidance accurate and helpful in making informed decisions. If that's not true, then you're not going to be work either. It calls this a medium one, and it suggests you do user testing with a clickable prototype to see how users like it. Anyway, so it gives you all a bunch of assumptions. Then it gives you some validation experiments. And the first one is a set of interview questions for customers. So customer insights, it's asking open-ended questions like how do you typically approach making career decisions, and let them answer those questions by giving you stories and insights. And so these are actually, the questions are pretty good usually, and I'd say these ones are actually pretty good. So what specific areas or aspects of your careers do you feel you need guidance on? If you ask these questions, you'd probably be okay. But the thing about the AI guidance is it's very much worth going through it all and seeing where the gaps or holes are and trying it out and then experimenting with it and see how it works. So that's the interview questionnaires. The other thing that it does is it will develop a landing page for you. So here's the landing page it's developed for us. Okay, with some fake customer testimonials. All right, go back. And the next thing it's done after all this great work is it's done a brand wheel. A brand wheel is really marketing focused. So it's things like what's your mission, your vision, your brand positioning, brand values, brand personality, tone of voice, messaging, and visual identity. So like how should you create like your what colors you should use, what kind of fonts you should use, what should your look be? And how should you speak when you're talking from a marketing perspective? Very helpful stuff when you're building a new company. Naming, well, you need to have a name for your company, so it gives you a bunch of options for names. And finally, it will actually develop an example elevator pitch for you. And typically this is something that's like maybe halfway there. But for those of us with who get writer's block, it's good to have something to start with. And what I found is it's good enough that I can usually use some sections. So very, very good. As you can see, really provides a lot of good information. So now let's try an experiment here. So now I'm going to take this very simple prompt and replace it with a very complex one. So here's one that I worked on for a bit. An AI-based startup based on the Startup of You book by Reid Hoffman that provides dynamic career guidance based on an individual ABZ career plan, which is obviously something that he has in the book. Development of your competitive advantage, mentoring, community coaching, and training to help people to make the most of their career journey. Our mobile app will work with each individual to develop a North Star career plan by initially developing a comprehensive profile, ABZ career plan, and set of goals with a short-term roadmap to get there. Our back-end machine learning system will continually scan and analyze job boards for the best opportunities based on the current plan and roadmap, while also watching out for the right cost-effective educational opportunities, network connections, mentoring matches, and job trends. We'll monitor skills trends and recommend changes to your skill stack to allow you to best navigate the future. And based on our big picture trend analysis, we'll recommend periodic reviews of your North Star plan, both defensive and opportunistic. Plus, we'll use AI to match people within the community based on the info we have. And finally, once we find great opportunities for you, we'll help you develop your customized application letter and CV, as well as run mock interview sessions with you to help you prepare. We're also working on a solution that will analyze video of you during your mock interviews and provide you with feedback and advice on how to improve your performance. And our goal is to have a freemium-based model to make it affordable for students. So now this will take a couple minutes, so I will pause recording for a bit and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. It took about 2 minutes to prepare this new information for our new prompt. So here we are again. We have our business prototype, our validation work, and our storytelling. So let's start again with the business prototype. Let's look at our canvas. So here we are. So this time we have different customer segments: career switchers, recent graduates, and aspiring tech entrepreneurs. Now that's really quite a different set of customer segments. And again, personas: Sarah, Patrick, and Amy, with descriptions of them, the kinds of people they would be, so you can keep those people in mind, that kind of person in mind when you're developing your solutions. The customer jobs they would be trying to do, and their pains. So again, it's identified different kinds of customer segments than for that very simple prompt I had, because I gave it lots more information this time. So here's the problem: traditional customer development methods are static and don't account for the dynamic nature of today's job market, which is what Reid Hoffman's book is all about. Identifying the right job opportunities and education resources is challenging and time-consuming. Lack of personalized career planning and development, and absence of a one-stop platform for career advancement needs. And so here we are. Here's our existing alternatives. Here's some direct competitors to us. Here's some very indirect competitors, and the alternative solutions, which hopefully we can get people to switch off of. Here's our solution: mobile app, AI and ML algorithms, AI-based matching of users, mentors, and assistants in CV and application letter development and mock interviews. And here's our potential ways to play. It is still talking about a niche market focus, but in a different way this time versus last time. It's talking about dynamic skill pairing using AI to identify non-obvious or hidden gem skill combinations that would make the user particularly appealing to employers. That's because the Reid Hoffman book is about you having kind of trying to find your competitive advantage. And so that's what this is about. Investing in emotional intelligence training, global talent, career trajectory analysis. How's your career going? And look for possible career trajectory changes that you can make based on the guidance and planning. And build a supportive community within the platform itself, where users can share information about their career development. So it's a social layer on top of the technical features. A unique value proposition, the channels we would be meeting these customers on, revenue streams, partnerships and affiliations with educational institutions and corporate organizations, cost structure, key metrics, unfair advantage again. So once again, quite different from last one, because we provided a lot more information. Here's our customer interviews. Now, these are actually the questions I probably would be fairly similar in some ways, because you're still asking people about their career their career aspirations. But I think they're based on what I saw there. There's a fair bit of difference. And then here's your critical hypothesis now, or your risks. Professionals are interested in receiving dynamic career advice based on an individual ABZ career plan. That's a high risk, and they recommend customer interviews to find out if people would be interested in that. Viability, the pricing model of our freemium-based service is sustainable. Financial protection analysis, and then feasibility. The ML system can accurately monitor skills trends and recommend changes to the individual skill stack. And this is where you would probably do some kind of a discovery survey or expert interview to go and find out if that's possible. And then you've got, as we said, the customer interview. We saw the set of questions, and then, of course, a landing page like last time. And here you are. Right, it's still a different landing page than last time. Quite different. And storytelling. And so in this case, you've still got mission is to empower individuals to take control of their career journey and make the most of their potential. Brand values, brand personality. And again, for someone like myself, who I'm not necessarily a marketing person, this is super helpful to me to get this kind of marketing type of advice on how to represent your brand. Really, really helpful. The naming, and then a bunch of different names, career genius, and then finally your elevator pitch again, and very helpful to you. And I find this very helpful when I read it. It kind of gives me lots of ideas, and some of the text I was able to use as is. So that is how you take two different shots at an idea, starting by keeping it very simple, and then over time, as you get thinking more about it, change your prompt to be much more sophisticated to get the maximum out of the tool. I'll share with you another tool, or another idea I had that I really like. So this one's called For Life. And so For Life is one I did where I pretended that I was a provider of veterinary practice management software called Vetter. So think of that. We're a veterinary practice management software company called Vetter. And we're concerned that so many cats and dogs are turned into Canadian animal shelters every year because of poor pet owner decisions made in the first couple of years of pet ownership, like the wrong food, bad socialization, and poor training, and all those kind of things. Not enough, not looking after their teeth, not spaying and neutering them, all sorts of things like that. So now, what we want to do is we'd like to create a startup that will provide guidance and information to pet owners. So spin off a startup in partnership with veterinarians and veterinary colleges. It'll use AI and veterinary science-based information to educate and guide modern tech-focused pet owners on how to select and integrate a new pet into their lives, then support them along their life journey with their fur baby. It'll use the best research from veterinary colleges, leverage data from our veterinary practice systems to capture data on pet health for AI-based analysis, a community app with owner forums, an adopt and foster app connected to local organizations, charitable support tools, donation buttons, and a store with the Keep the Change donation function. Many other functions as well, like video services for the vet and chat functions with the veterinarian. But the idea is we're able to build this on top of our veterinary practice. So I already unleashed my startup idea. So let's go look at what we have here. So here's our business prototype, or our lean canvas. And so here it is, right? So you've got the problem: lack of reliable and comprehensive guidance for new pet owners, high number of animals turned into shelter due to poor decision-making by them. Some existing alternatives, the solution to the problem, our unique value proposition, and the high-level concept, our unfair advantage channels, and of course the customer segments. Let's go look into the details behind this though. Okay. So here's our customer segments: tech-savvy pet owners. Jessica is age 25 to 35, a software engineer living in Toronto. She's recently adopted a pet, wants to use the latest technology to aid in pet ownership. Veterinary professionals. So Dr. Patel, age 30 to 45, is a vet in Vancouver. He wants to leverage data and technology in his practice for better health outcomes. So you've got two different, right? One a pet owner and one a veterinary professional, two different kinds of customer segments. So here's the problem that we talked about, top problems we talked about. Here's some alternatives. These are direct competitors, indirect, and of course, alternative solutions like getting advice from friends or family. Of course, indirect competitors like the wonderful Facebook groups for pet owners that has all sorts of great science-based information. Nope, it doesn't. And then, of course, the solution. So AI-powered user-friendly application, providing evidence-based care information. So some of this is what I provided in my prompt, but not all of it. But this is beautiful. This is one of the best features, as I've said. So AI-assisted health recommendations provide health tips and recommendations based on the pet breed's age, health history. After all, we have a lot of that information in our veterinary database. Customized education platform, providing pet owners with personalized learning modules about pet care. Integrated digital health records offer a feature to maintain the pet's health records digitally, make it easy to share with any vet across the country. Foster an active online community by hosting virtual pet events or challenges and featuring user-generated content, charitable partnerships, like with pet shelters and animal welfare for the Adopt and Foster app, and contribute part of the proceeds toward them, and gamification. Implement gamified elements in the app to encourage regular usage, like check-ins, rewards for completing learning modules, and things like that. So here's our unique value proposition: a comprehensive, informed, and easy to navigate guidance platform for modern pet owners, leveraging insights from veterinary science and AI analytics, promoting responsible pet ownership and long-term pet health. A terrific value proposition. I really love it. So here's some of the channels: our veterinary app, for example, partnerships with vet colleges and veterinarians, partnerships with animal shelters and fostering organizations, online marketing through social media and referral programs, revenue streams and costs, key metrics, and unfair advantage. So as you can see, any idea you get, you can get back a really great information like this from it, and you can use it to jumpstart your idea. This is a lot of information. Typically, this much information on a new startup would take you weeks to develop because based on research, but you're getting a great head start with this product. So you're going to be using this tool on your own. Just remember, though, that generative AI is an assistant. It's there to help you. It's not there to do your job for you. I would not take, I mean, the information I got from here is really here to help me save a bunch of time, a bunch of research, and help me get started on my idea, and actually even provide me some information that I didn't have before. Like, I didn't provide it a lot of this information. It went out and figured out based on other solutions or other things it found, just putting two and two together, which saved me a lot of time and energy. Anyway, that is Zigzag. And good luck on your assignment. And that's it.